What up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome to another Markland Mondays conversation. Tonight, as y'all can see, we are going to be talking about does size matter? But before we get into it, who am I? I am author Christopher Markland. The reason why I like to lead up with author is your boy just got the copies of the test copies, if you will, of my third book, Desperately Seeking Clarity. Y'all know I've been talking about this for a minute, and it's here. So still got to do some tweaking, still got to finish up with that. But that's book 3. I've written 2 other books, Desperately Seeking Exclusivity, Desperately Seeking Pleasure, and those are down in the comment section below. So if you want to support your boy, just, hey, make sure you get a copy or 2, all right? Let me know. I really want, and please make sure you give me some feedback on the book. What up to everybody in the chat room? I know I got a couple more people coming in. But y'all are here for the conversation. Let's get into it. Does size matter? Now, the low-hanging fruit. Yeah, you see what I did there? The low-hanging fruit, obviously, does the size of a man's package, his Johnson, his wood, all of that, the D, does it matter? We're going to talk about it. We are going to talk about it. However, that's not all the size that I'm talking about even matters. There is more to does size matter than just what the man brings to the table physically, as more specifically dealing with his package. Does size matter in a relationship? Okay? Not just the size of the man physically, but also the size of the woman, the size of his bank account, the size of her ego, the size. There's a whole lot of sizes that we're going to be talking about tonight. And I want everybody, especially y'all know in the comment section, I need y'all to chime in because we're going to talk about it tonight. All right. It's easy. It is so easy to put the onus on the dude. What does he bring it to the table? You know what I'm saying? However, it's more to it than that when it comes to relationships. Okay. Does size matter? Let's get into it. So, like I said, the easy conversation is, does the size matter? However, does the size of his salary matter? I've said it time and time again that what a woman earns in a relationship honestly does not matter, especially when you get to a certain level and caliber of man, right? Now, there's more to it. There's more to it than, just how much you make. Don't get me wrong. Most men don't care about what you earn. Most men don't care about your job. Most men really and truly don't care about those kind of things. Okay. They really don't. What a man cares about is the size of your femininity. The size, and I ain't I ain't talking about that size per se, but you know what I'm talking about, how feminine you are. Okay. A man cares about how attractive you are. A man cares about how you carry yourself. Those are more important than the size of your job. However, on the flip side, what a man does do, what he brings to the table, like we talked about in a show earlier, is his earning potential. He may not be a 6-figure dude now, but is he a five-figure dude that's going to work every day, getting up and going to work. And if he isn't working, is he getting up out of that bed? He may be driving your car to go drive a job, to go find a job, but is he at least getting out there and doing it? That's what really matters. That is what really and truly matters. Is he the kind of dude that's getting up and doing that? The size of his bank account. Does that matter? Ladies, I want to know, does that matter to y'all? Now, I know a lot of women, y'all going to be politically correct. Well, I don't care about what he earns. This is hard. Go on, man, bump that shit. Y'all know damn well that if this dude is sitting on his ass on the couch playing PlayStation while you getting up working 2-3 jobs, yeah, the size of that bank account matters. All right? I came up during a time, well, I'm just saying, Sharon, I know plenty of people who, and I ain't gonna lie, I've been that dude once in my life where, times were tough. I was a hobosexual. I ain't gonna lie. I was, I had to do certain things, and I dropped her off at work, and I went and used her car to go do other things, other people. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. So it happens. Anyway. But think about it, y'all. TLC, they talked about we don't want no scrubs. And, Beyonce, she was talking about, you're irreplaceable, all that other stuff. It matters. Whether you may agree or, whether you may want to vocalize it or not, the size of a man's salary, which then in turn is equivalent to the size of his bank account, the size of his earning potential, that shit matters. And if it doesn't, yeah. You might want to check, exactly what it is you're looking for, because the outcome's going to be, they're going to be garbage. Now, ladies, buckle in. Does the size of your dress matter? Hell yeah, it does. Because ladies, as I said earlier, we don't give a damn about your job and the salary of your job, the position of your job. Because think about it. The CEO of Pepsi, I don't know the lady personally, but you think her husband gives a damn about, hey, you know what? You sure earn a lot of money. Think about Stedman and Oprah. It doesn't matter how prestigious your job is. It doesn't matter how much money you make. At the end of the day, what a man is initially looking at is you. We are not looking across the bar and be like, God damn, I bet she got a solid ass bachelor's degree. Ooh, shit, look at that. God damn, I bet she was a 4.0 in college. We don't give a damn about that stuff. We don't. And notice I said real men. I'm not just talking about dudes, because like I said, you got some dudes, and then it starts to level up. Just like, some of y'all ain't gonna be like, hey, I want to be like, y'all aren't like the other women, if you will. The ghetto, never go full ghetto, all right? Just like my man in Tropic Thunder said, never go full ghetto. Now, but your size matters. Now, don't get it twisted. Us dudes, we do, especially black dudes to be specific. Most black men, we do like our women a little thick. But just like the size of your butt matters, just like the size of your boobillaries matter, your overall weight matters as well. Because quite honestly, y'all, we live in a day and age where sugar is in every damn thing, right? So we care about your health, and we all want to live long, healthy lives and all that stuff. It matters. So, and also, it's not just about your size now. It's also more about, are you putting in the work to take care of yourself physically? Are you going to the gym? Are you going to your doctor? Are you getting that in the physicals and whatnot? Are you taking care of yourself? Because if you're not taking care of yourself physically as a man, I'm like, shit, are you going to be able to take care of me? Like I said, the size, your dress size matters. How you look physically matters. And I know we live in a body positivity day and age where it's like, you take me as I am and all that other bullshit. But quite honestly, that ain't the case. Because if that's the case, some of these, pleasantly plump women that we see in media nowadays would have been wifed up a long time ago. But there's a reason why from the dawn of time, it's harder for larger women to find love. That's just the reality of it. Men are We are physically attracted. We look at the physical. That's what we see first. Your size matters. Your dress size matters. Now, I kind of referenced it earlier. The size of a man's ego. Does it matter? Hell yeah. Somebody mentioned it in the chat room a little bit earlier. It's like, yo, men these days have become, in this modern dating era, have become feminized. Okay, Casey, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Casey Carter in the comments, she says she begs to differ on the the BBW comment. Okay. Okay. You know what? Cool. So, but like I said, we're going to talk about that in a little bit. Right now, a lot of dudes do like. Let me not get sidetracked. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. Let me finish running my yap real quick. I see. Oh, I like it. They fired up. I want to hear it. I want to. However, the size of a man's ego, like I was saying, men nowadays, to me, have become very feminized. In other words, going back to what I said earlier, where, the woman in the relationship, or, and to be clear, when I'm talking about man, woman in those dynamics, I know I'm referring to more traditional relationships, male, female. However, there, in any partnership, I don't care whether it's man, woman, or, poly relationships and that kind of thing. At the end of the day, you usually have one dominant partner and one more submissive partner. So all I'm saying is that the men, who are usually the head of the household traditionally, have now fallen back to now where their counterpart is going out, and they're the ones that are bringing home the bacon and cooking it too, instead of the roles being properly enumerated. So all I'm saying is that the ego, in other words, as a man, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do certain things. You have to have a certain ego, a certain swag, a certain, God damn it, I'm going to go make it happen. And the size of that, and I just use that word ego to fill it in, but if a man, quote unquote, or the head of the household, quote unquote, isn't getting up every day and leading, whether it's going to get a job, whether it's going to the job, whether it's building a business, whether it's building the family, whether it's leading the family, that shit matters. It matters. And on the flip side, like I said, a woman's femininity, it matters. I have heard too many damn times where women say, well, I'm going to be submissive for the right man. That is some absolute bullshit. The size of your femininity matters. I'm not talking about the size of your feminine parts, because I promise you can have the biggest donkey in the world. You can have titties for days. However, if you are more masculine than me, I don't want to be with another dude, because that's essentially what you are. So your femininity matters. And you cannot turn your femininity on and off like a damn light switch. Okay? It's not the right man that can bring, you either are or you're not. You cannot be a little bit pregnant. If you're a feminine woman, then that's how you carry yourself. That shit matters. Now, does the physical matter? Does his physical size matter? Now, I know that there are a lot of women. I'm friends with quite a few women who are 6 foot, 7 foot tall, right? And they are, they're some tall women. So I hear it all the time. Well, I don't want no man that's less than, say, 5'6", 5'10", or he's got to be 6 foot tall, or he's got to be taller than me, especially when I wear heels. Yeah, does that matter? I'm sure it does. However, if you are dating, the pool of available men that meet the requirement of being over 6 foot tall, or however, it obviously that number diminishes. So think about it. Me personally, I'm not going to say my height. It's been classified for, certain reasons. All I'm saying is I carry myself like I'm 7 feet tall. However, there's some other dudes that, they kind of taller than me. So that kind of in the past, I wouldn't say diminished my dating prospects because shit, I'm Jamaican. It is what it is. I mean, the way I carry myself. All I'm saying is that does the size of the man that you're looking for, does that matter? And then I hear women talk about certain things as well. He's got to be 6 foot tall, 200 pounds. He got to have big hands, big feet, and he's got to have 12 inches worth of man meat. That's a whole lot of shit, right? Does that size really, really, really matter? Are you looking for a builder dude, or are you looking for a good dude? Someone that is compatible with you, somebody that you can build with. I get it. All y'all want to do, most women, correct me if I'm wrong, most women want a dude that's packing what, 12 to 14 inches of schlong and can go for a couple hours, I guess. I don't know. Shit, I'll give you 5 good minutes and then I'm drinking a Gatorade and going to sleep. I'm just saying. 5, maybe, I don't know, maybe 6. Now, fellas in the chat. You meet a young lady and she's got a couple toys. Does the size of them damn toys matter to you? Because it damn sure matters to me. Y'all, back in my dating life, I ran into a young lady. You see this mic right here? This mic. This mic paled in comparison to that toy. The damn thing, when it had a tripod. You hear me? It was bolted to the ground. And I'm like, yo, when she fired it up, the light started dimming because it took so much power. Y'all, ladies, the size of your toys matters. I mean, I'm not saying I'm intimidated, but goddamn, come on. But anyway, let me back up a little bit. I'm sorry. I that was in my notes because I had to get that off my chest. It hurt my feelings, okay? It hurt my feelings. Just saying. You know what, Casey? All right. I definitely want you, if you can, Casey, to jump in. But like I said, y'all, I just wanted to let everybody know that it is more to it. The easy conversation is, when you see does size matter, we automatically think about the man and his package. But as we're dating, as we're, whatever phase of dating you're in, whether you're trying to find, you're in the initial stages, you may be swiping right, swiping left, or you may have somebody that you're building with, you may be cohabitating with, or that person may have, popped the question, or you may have said yes, no, maybe so, whatever. At the end of the day, there's the size of speaking of which, does the size of the ring matter? I almost forgot. Does the size of the ring matter? I'm just saying. Does it have to be 20 carats to where, the damn thing looks like this on your arm? Or would you be happy with a $100 Walmart ring? We're going to talk about it. So what sparked this conversation is having a conversation with a friend. And of course, I'm always, as a writer, I'm always either everything I hear, I can either see the story behind it, or I'm thinking, how can we talk about it on the show? And as we got into it, she was saying that, my man was a Vienna sausage. And it's like, bruh, poor little Tink Tink. I get it. And then we started talking, but did that really matter? Because at the end of the day, the dude was treating her right. She was happy. And she had been with some dudes that were, that would make a porn star jealous, but they treated her like shit. And I got to think about it. Does size really matter? But then I also started thinking there's the size of other things in a relationship matter just as much. Like I said, the fact that this man, his bank account, his salary, his ego, her dress size, her femininity, all of those things matter. And if you don't necessarily look, if you don't look beyond the physical, you're going to find yourself in a whole lot of hurt. But I've been running my mouth. I want to hear what y'all got to say. Give me 1 second. Let me get this thing going. I see y'all been clowning in the chat, by the way. Sharon, you hit the nail on the head, man. Cheryl, you're exactly right. Sex is a part of the three-legged stool. Communication, finances, and sex. If you don't have those three, it's going to fall apart. I don't mind toys if the purpose is enhancement of the sex life, not a replacement of my dangling. Yo, I don't mind toys either, but dog, when she pulls out a toy that's the size of your leg, it's like, hold on, partner. Yo, hold up. Casey, that toy can keep the night flowing while you have a sandwich and a drink. Damn, pit stop. I feel you. Okay. I'm just saying, Wendy, you can't be a little bit pregnant. You got to commit. Let me see if I got this thing going. Hold on 1 second. All right. If y'all got something to say in the conversation, I want y'all to join the chat. Let's see if I can get this thing right. Hold on. Casey, that's a little bit scary. When you talk about a toy is aggressive, whew. You may be on your period, but what your dentist got to say? I feel you. What that mouth do? Ain't nothing like an aggressive thruster. Anyway, so I've been running my mouth. Like I said, y'all join the conversation. Let me know what I want to hear what you guys have to say. Does size matter? Let's talk about it. Does size matter? Hold on. Let me get this thing set up. All right. My bad. Had to do a little housekeeping back there. So I just dropped the link in the chat. If you wish to jump in on the conversation, just click that, join in. What do you mean I'm not online anymore? Oh, shit. All right, so trying to get this thing going right here. Hold on 1 second. Hold on, y'all. David, let me turn your mic on.
Hey, sir.
All right, what's happening? Let me bring you on. You ready? Hey, your camera's on. Hey, you want keep your camera on, okay?
I'll turn it on, yeah.
All right. What's happening, sir?
What's going on, brother?
So talk to me. From a man's point of view, does size matter?
Does size matter? And it's funny you said that, right? I don't want to go off on a rant, but it's funny that this is the topic today.
I like it already.
Yeah. And I'll give this disclaimer first and foremost before I even get into, I'm Dominican, so I don't have them type of problems and shit, that shit just like, he's just blessed, but anyway.
Excuse me. Jamaican. What you got?
No, but it's funny that you brought this topic up because this morning on the way to work, I was listening to the second date update, and the thing on did you hear it today?
I didn't hear it today. No. Just for everybody who's not in the Atlanta area, what the second date update is it's a TV radio station here in Atlanta, morning show. And let's say a guy and a girl, they went out on a date, or a couple went out, and for whatever reason, one party of the couple either ghosts the other party or they just stop talking. So the party that says, hey, what's happening? They call the radio station. The radio station acts like a mediator to get them back together. That's just to sum it up. But go ahead and finish, sir.
Yeah. So today's topic was a girl called and said, hey, my boyfriend ghosted me. So they asked her, well, why is your boyfriend ghosting you? She said, well, she says that my lady parts feel different. So they're like, what do you mean your lady parts feel different? She said, well, he says that it doesn't feel the same anymore, and that, I have to be cheating because, it doesn't feel the same anymore.
Stretch that thing out.
Yeah, but that's the thing. So to answer your question, and the reason I brought that up is because I don't believe that. Me personally, a man cannot tell strictly by putting his dingling inside the vagina. You can't tell. Any dude that tells me that they can, it's a lie.
Mm-hmm.
You might have an inkling, you might have a suspicion that she's doing something based off how she's moving now, or something that's.
Whoa. Hey, just hold on. People are saying they can't hear you. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. All right. Say something again, just.
Hey.
All right.
Testing.
Right. Drop a 1. The question is, does size matter? All right, go ahead.
Right.
Okay, I was playing around with a few things. Let's see. Go ahead.
The reason I brought that up was because of the size matter thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter. If you know how to, my kids are here. I was about to get great.
No, go ahead. Hey, y'all, this is an adult conversation, all right? So everybody in the chat, everybody that's tuning in, we are all adults. We are all grown. If y'all are under 21, you see that little button right there that says leave? Get the hell on. This is an adult conversation because, dating is an adult activity, okay? So I need, I'm just saying, but go ahead.
If you have skills, the reason I said this is because my kid's right over there somewhere, but if you have skills,
oh Lord, the kids.
If you have skills, the size isn't going to matter. I'm not going to say you have to have, if you have a micro penis, then, it's, but so technically, okay, fine. Technically, yes, it does, but it doesn't because, I killed myself there, but technically it doesn't matter because if you have the skills in the bedroom, you're going to satisfy your partner regardless, whether you have to finish it off orally or whatever. You're gonna satisfy your partner, so size really doesn't matter because to me personally, sex is 95% mental anyway.
True.
95% mental to me because I've dated some ugly ducklings before, and the reason for that was I like the personality. They intrigue me. They turn me on with other things. And there was some bad ones that were just like, nah, I'm good. But that goes above and beyond the physical, it doesn't matter how much, why? Because no matter how good the pussy, no matter how good the dick is, after the fourth fuck, you're going to be like, okay, what's next?
You put a number on it, the fourth?
Yeah, it's been statistically proven. Well, I've statistically proven it. After the fourth, it's like, okay, now what?
Let's break that down. let's break it down. First of all, I agree with you because foreplay starts way before y'all get in the bedroom or wherever the activity is about to pop off, right?
Very
and
true. Very true.
So you're right. It is mental. It is you setting the table for what it is you're trying to do. I wholeheartedly agree with you. You know what I'm saying? I wholeheartedly agree with you. It's not about the act, if you will. It's the preparation for the act. And
Right.
ladies, y'all let me know what he just said. I mean, whether y'all agree, I'm just saying it's the fourth. My man's right. I ain't arguing. He's right. It is about the fourth because the first y'all testing each other out, it's a whole lot of let's just do it. The second time you're like, all right, okay, I'm gonna do this. The third time y'all know how to vibe, and the fourth time y'all grooving. So after that, y'all pretty much done hit that stride. So yeah, he's right. He's right. And I think MIT, Harvard, a couple of them, they studied that. So he's 100% right. I agree with you.
Yeah.
So it does make it, what he's saying is right, ladies. If you agree, if you disagree, because obviously we're not equipped with that. But we do know, I think, something when you dive in, you like something just ain't right. It may not be the size, because like Michelle said in the chat, she still wants to know about old girl's lady parts. I don't want to speak. I'm not going to talk for you. You go ahead. When you said that, when you stick in, you're like, yeah, something ain't right. It feels stretched. Just.
I thought you was talking to Michelle. I'm sorry. Could you repeat that?
No, when you first said that, if you're with somebody, you ain't been with her for a while, and then when y'all have sex again, you realize, like, yeah, this thing ain't fitting the same. So that's not necessarily size, but go ahead and repeat that because we were having some audio problems at the time.
It's not necessarily the size because sometimes, like, people when people get disinterested in people,
yeah,
as far as relationships, things change. The cute shit that she or he used to do, now that shit aggravates the fuck out of you.
Yeah.
So now the sex is not the same. Why? Because you lost interest. You're not turned on by it no more, or him, and now the dick is smaller. He ain't that tight no more. And you look so
smaller.
Yeah, I'm. Why do you think women be like, oh yeah, that your dick was small anyway? You know what I'm saying? That's where that comes from. But it's really a person's is a person telling themselves or trying to bring up the strength to be like, you know what, I don't want to be with this. Instead of just being honest, we're like, you know what, the shit done ran its course. It's human nature to look for things for a reason to say, hey, okay, I'm done. And shit, you like, it's not feeling the same. You out there cheating or this or that. It's human nature to come up with a reason or an excuse to get out of the situation that you're in instead of just saying, you know what, the shit ran its course. Nothing happened. It's nothing that you did is just not there no more. And that's just my opinion. Now, to me, I don't think it's that. It feels different. Now, there are exceptions, like you said, when that young lady brought out, the manifesto of dildos. So that's different because that's crazy. That's like having a baby every time you're having sex. If you bring shit out.
When I tell you she brought this thing out, it was like, my God. Oh.
Yes, I would have looked at it like, why are you even fucking me? Like, that's crazy. It's crazy.
Yo, man, I appreciate you joining the conversation. Let me bring a few people on, man. Thank you, dude. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yo, okay. That man. So let's see what we got. Chemistry. So I see a lot of people are saying that chemistry is what it's all about. Okay. If you don't prime the pump, you're not gonna get the best experience, yo. Truth, facts. But the topic for tonight is The topic for tonight is, does size matter? And like I said, we're not just talking about the size of the dude. We're talking about the lady's dress size. We're talking about all of those things. Does size matter? All right. Hey, Michelle, let me, hold on one second. Let me bring you on. Can I say something for me?
Hi.
Hey, okay. Hold on. Let me turn you down just a little bit. Let me bring you into the conversation. So, Michelle, the question for tonight is, does size matter?
I hear what Jess is saying. I get it, but yes, it matters.
Okay.
It matters. Someone in the comments had like a really good comment. Cheryl Brown said, women are emotional, so I feel we're willing to work with it even if it's not up to par. That is so true. It's not that the dick became little. It was always little, but we were working with you. We were working with you.
Oh, don't do us no favor.
Yeah. We were working with you. And then once you messed up, everything else, it's like, okay, now let's address this little dick, because that's, you're not bringing me anything else. You're not fulfilling that emotional need. So yeah, now we got a little dick problem. But the dick was always little. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but,
it was always
okay. So you're saying that, but in the context of a relationship, and I and ladies in the chat, I do not appreciate y'all getting all anxious and agreeing and all enthusiastically agreeing. That is uncalled for on behalf of all men everywhere, on behalf of all men that are penile challenged. That is uncalled for. Stop. Talking about yes. I got you back, fellas. I'm just saying. Anyway, does the size, but so what you're saying is if things are good, the size really doesn't matter. And by things, meaning not just sexually, meaning the relationship or the other aspects or the other things that he was bringing to the relationship, you're able to overlook the size of the peen, basically?
Yes and no. I feel like women more so than men will put up with a lot sexually when our other needs are being fulfilled. Again, it's about the emotional connection for us most of the time. So if we have a good man and he's treating us well, but we got to work around the small penis, we'll work around the small penis. However, make no mistake, the penis was all small. It was always small. It was always small. We just like y'all. And that's about it. We like y'all until we no longer like y'all. Then when we don't like y'all, it's like, okay, all right, sir. You do know that you have, right?
Oh, so basically it's a parting shot at that point is what you're saying.
No,
that's what it sounds like.
Oh, no. I'm not advocating being messy when it's all over. However,
sure sounds like that to me.
Like, huh?
It sure sounds like that.
No. A lot of men really walk around here like they got 3 legs. And a lot of y'all don't. Sit down.
Hey, Casey, you're up next. Start your camera for me. Let me get an audio check. Go ahead, though. I'm listening, Michelle.
Oh, and then there was something else I forgot. As far as like height goes, I do think that the height thing, I think that some women have valid reasons for wanting a tall man. Like you said, there are some women that are taller in nature. And if you don't want to be looking down on your man. So I get that. However, I will say for my husband, he's a little short thing, bless his heart, but I didn't realize how short he was in the beginning because he carries himself with confidence. Like he walks in a room like he is 7 feet tall. So I literally did not know that he was under 6 feet until somebody else pointed out. And I was like, oh, he is a little petite. Look at him. Bless his heart.
All right. Have a great day, ma'am. All right. So basically, Michelle is saying that size doesn't matter until y'all get into until things are over. Then all of a sudden it does. Is that? I want to make sure I'm hearing this right. Hold on one second. Okay, hold on. Let me bring up Casey Carter. She is next. If I can, let's pin this. I don't know why I don't see you. That's not good. Hold on. Hold on one second. That's where y'all women are just scandalous. Just scandalous. I have no idea as to why I cannot see you, Casey. That is just terrible.
My camera's on. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. I just don't see you, which is terrible because I want everybody to see you. Hold on. You know how it is. You go to war with the army you got, but we're going to figure this out. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. Hold on. Casey, you there?
I am here.
All right. Casey, you've had quite a lot to say tonight. I am looking forward to this because Casey, you and also y'all, just for in full disclosure, Casey Carter is a very dynamic woman. I've known her for a while. And as I said, this is an adult conversation. And when I tell you Casey's a grown ass woman in a whole lot of ways, I rocks with this young lady right here. So I really want to hear what you got to say. Talk to him, Casey. What you got?
Well, first and foremost, you know how I feel about a big ass toy.
Yikes!
You know. And this particular one, it be doing things. Let me see if it's charged up and it'll do some things for you.
Okay. Oh my God.
Yes. So anyway,
oh my God.
Yeah. So size matters. Size matters. I ain't afraid to say it. I'm what, 52 years old, and I done seen had a few.
Jesus.
Maybe more than a few.
That thing got a bigger piston than the ones in my car. But go ahead.
But my point about that is, that's your partner. That's not your enemy. It's not your foe. It's not an adversary. It ain't trying to take your spot. That's your partner. So when you done laid it down and she's over here quivering in a pile, you tap this in and you let it pick up where you left off so you can get that sandwich, have that beverage, catch up on ESPN, Sports Center, whatever. And then you jump back in when you're ready. But the overall question of does size matter? Yes, size matters. I've had big dicks. I've had little dicks. I've had the dicks in the middle that fit all the slots. And I agree that we women we will let you slide here and there, but damn it, that shit does matter. That shit does matter. And like your previous caller said, when you piss me off, I then remember about that little dick of yours. And I'm going to remind you that shit is little.
You ain't got to remind us.
Yes, I'm going to remind you.
No, that is uncalled for.
No, I'm going to tell you why I'm going to remind you. Because I made the mistake of letting you think it was okay. I made the mistake of letting you think you were doing the damn thing. So it's my job to now tell the truth and let you know there was some other thing going on that kind of filled in that gap. And yeah, it matters. Now, I'm not saying that I need you to be hung like a horse. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that I need for all the things to be working together. I need for you to have a nice sized dick. I need for that mouth to do some things. I need for you to know how to use them fingers. I need for you to work with my toy. I need all of these things to work together for us to have a fuller experience. And I'm also, must I say, offended by the idea that today my pussy is okay, but tomorrow all of a sudden it's stretched out. How did that shit happen overnight? Did I misunderstand what he said?
No, I will break it down for you. Here's what it is. If, as a man, right, when that thing fits like a glove, right, then when you slide in, you know what time it is, right? However, if you recall that famous trial a while back when old boy tried to put the glove on and it didn't fit, you know instantly that something just ain't right.
So what are you suggesting, that somebody else was in there since the last time you was
yes.
in there?
Yes. And
okay, see, no, but that's
we
a
know.
whole other thing. That's
we
a
know.
whole other thing.
Okay.
That's not the same as that fit good. And now all of a sudden it don't fit right. And you're saying it don't fit right because something bigger, I'm not gonna automatically say better, but something bigger was in there and you feel that difference.
Right.
She might not have needed that bigger thing if everything else was all right, is all I'm saying.
Well, I guess it's not even a matter of it may not necessarily be bigger and it may just be, you know what, let's go back to what you said earlier. Remember you used the word chemistry?
Yes.
Okay, so if she's with one dude, what are you doing? If she's with one dude and then she's with another dude, the chemistry with that guy is gonna be different. So it's not a matter of the men saying, hey, this is bigger, this is not. It's a matter of, hey, this is different. Somebody's been in my honeypot. And I think that's more of what he was saying as opposed to the size of the twat being bigger and or smaller.
And I still ask the question,
okay,
if the chemistry was right, then there wouldn't be this instance of someone else being able to slide up in there and all of a sudden slide up in there.
Well, how about this? If you're not in a monogamous relationship with somebody, then
different story altogether.
Right. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah. and you got to remember that us men, for the most part, we are very territorial creatures when it comes to the twat. Even if we're not in a one-on-one relationship, which goes back to the conversation that we had a while back where we talked about the cemetery, meaning the body count. Some dudes cannot handle a woman's body count. So, even if we're we're not in a monogamous relationship, everybody's doing what they do. However, the fact that somebody else, like I said, has been in quote unquote my honeypot, we know the difference. Like, oh God, oh Lord Jesus, how could you give it to somebody, that kind of thing. So like I said, it's not a matter of it being larger or tighter or whatever. We just know that
ego?
it's different.
It's
you know
ego.
what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's ego. But see, now here's what's unfair about that. Because I hear you.
Okay, talk to me.
I feel you when you say you sense something's off in the force. Something's different in the force. I feel you on that. But that shit works both ways. And what I don't appreciate is when you get your panties in a bunch because you sense somebody's up in there. And I know for a fact somebody's been up in there, or just say you've been up in there. But it's okay because, we're not in a monogamous relationship and it's all good. Apparently, on this side of the table, it's a monogamous relationship. On that side of the table, it's not a monogamous relationship. And I can't have you letting somebody else stick their fingers in the honeypot. Why are we doing that? What is up with that?
That is the silliness that is men. That is the silliness that is men.
Yeah.
I wish I could come up with a better answer, a better response.
Yeah.
But us dudes, we're just territorial. I wish I could say something better.
That's what's frustrating.
Yeah.
Is because we as women have to accept it, that you are out there, that you're doing what you're doing. But the minute someone even looks in our direction too long, there's a problem. Do you know him? Why is he looking at you like that? Have you been with him? And then it turns into a thing. But if I say something to you about the chick who lingered too long at the table, we got a problem, right? Now, I granted, we just went left on the topic, but
no.
It's all related. You know what I'm saying? Because a big dick dude got that big dick energy, and it's just permeating the room, and women are flocking to it like, you know, bees to honey.
That's what I'm talking about. The size matters.
And so I have to now deal with that big dick energy. And here's the thing, just so we're clear, big dick energy doesn't always belong to big dick dudes. It's just an energy that they give up, you know.
You said a few things. All right. Ooh, okay. Let's break that down. You said a couple things. One, big dick energy, right? So the size of, and like you said, it doesn't necessarily tie into the ego per se. All right. I think we got a little audio problem here. Casey, give me a check. Let me hear something.
Hello?
Okay, got you. All right. So the size of that man's ego, the size of that man's energy, it does matter. Got you. Now, also at the same time, though, it's not fair because, for instance, a man is concerned about a woman's looks, you know, whereas the woman is more concerned, if you will, about his ability to provide, meaning his money. So men and women look at things differently. Think about all y'all got all this stuff going on up in here and fallopian tubes with the ovaries and the things and all. Y'all got some stuff, but y'all are built differently. So it's not out of the way to expect that y'all want different things and vice versa. So yeah, if a man is like, yo, why is he looking at you like that? We're built different. And that at the end of the day is basically the answer for the majority of the things or the ways in which we move. It may not make sense, but at the end of the day, it's the reality.
Yes, and I accept that. But at the same time, I also feel that you can't come for me. If you're giving off big dick energy and I'm giving off big clit energy, don't come for me when folks are coming for me. Tonight. Right? Like we have to have this mutual understanding that we're both given something. You know, it's the pheromones. We out here emitting things into the atmosphere, and you can't be mad when people are responding to that.
Right.
And I say that from having experienced it all my life, walking into a room and everybody, you know, all eyes on me, if you will, right? You've been to my parties, right? So,
but you got to admit though, Casey, the size matter. You got some things that will turn some heads. Size matters. I'm just saying, but go ahead.
Yeah, but I didn't decide to have them. They just showed up. It just is what it is, right? But at the same time, I'm not the only person who's been blessed in that, in this way. And it goes back to that energy. I've accepted it. I know what it does, and I work with it. So yeah, you got big tits. The tits walk in the room before you do. People see them before you do.
Knocking shit over.
They talk to the tits, and I'm okay with that because I understand that's what's going on, and I get it from men and from women. It's not just a guy thing. Men and women both are talking to the tits. Rather than be mad about it, I go with it and, whatever. But I just think we have to recognize we are all giving off a certain amount of energy.
Yeah.
And you are either you're either going to be comfortable with that fact and find your space and do what you do, do what you need to do to keep your partner happy. Or your ego is going to take over and you're going to want to minimize your partner because you don't like the attention that is drawn to them. Fortunately for me, I'm in a situation where I can flow in the space I need to flow. Partner can flow in the space he needs to flow, and everybody's good. We're all okay because at the end of the night, all that absorbed energy, you know. Yeah.
Casey in the chat, Michelle said, with with great power comes great responsibility.
Yes. Listen, those are facts. That is just not some Spider-Man bullshit. That's a real thing. Yes, it is. I wholeheartedly believe that.
Oh,
wholeheartedly.
Hey, Casey, I want to thank you for joining this convo. And
my pleasure.
And later down the line, y'all saw that medieval monster that she just pulled out. Hey, can you show them one more time? Good Lord, look at that. You see her, shit.
Hey, wait, hold on. Here's my forearm.
My God.
Right?
My God. That's just, whew.
That is called a velvet thruster, y'all. Get you one. I'm
going to have Casey on. We're going to have a conversation later on in the month of October, and she's going to come with a full arsenal, and we're going to talk about toys and everything associated with it, because that's shit. That's just intimidating.
Yeah, man. That is your tag team partner. That is your tag team partner. That is not your enemy. It is not your adversary. It is not your foe. That is you having laid it down. You got a girlfriend over there in a puddle, and you're like, I'll be right back. Tag, you're it. There you go. And then you do what you need to do. You come back, and whew, it's back on. That's all I'm saying. That's your tag team partner. Tag team partner.
Y'all, Casey Carter. Thank you, Casey.
Bye.
Bye. Yo, that was I love that woman, man. She's all right with me. She said a couple things right then as well. You know, when she referenced that she's in a situation with a man that is comfortable, confident in what she does. She does. Hey, Casey in the chat, if you want to just put your website, by all means, so people can check you out. And like I said, I'm going to have Casey on the show. She and I, we're going to have a full, just have a discussion, because as I said earlier, this is an adult conversation, an adult show. We're talking about some adult things, and quite honestly, toys and accoutrements such as that enhance relationships. For far too long, we've been scared to talk about things like that. That's why you got to go to different, secret places, and you got to have the secret knot in order to get in and all the other bullshit. No, it's part of relationships. And does size matter? Man, I think that's a bit much, but hey, you like it, I love it, right? But anyway, so that damn thing had like hydraulic fluid in it. But anyway, Michelle says she's taking notes with the velvet thruster. But yo, that's exactly right. LB on the go. She says, yes, there has to be full transparency and openness to please each other. Man, size matters. How open you are. Think about it. The size of the opening matters. A lot of, if you're not fully and completely open with your partner on not only the things that you want, but also the things that they want, how can you then be pleased and in turn please them? Because if we talked about it earlier in the chat section, I noticed that a few of y'all were, it had said, and rightfully so, it's all about the chemistry. What up, G-Dubs? It's all about the chemistry. You know what I'm saying? So if you and your partner aren't necessarily clicking, then you can't please them. And no matter how big they may be, or no matter how small they may, they are, or whatever, if y'all aren't on the same page, then it's just not going to work, or at least it won't work for long. All right. So does size matter? That's the topic tonight. That's what we're talking about tonight. Does size matter? And keep in mind, we're not just talking about Yes. Yes. Yes, that was a euphemism, Michelle. I'm an author. What can I say? That was most definitely a euphemism. Yes, ma'am. Yes, that was a euphemism. So, Casey, you got a few fans out there. Woo. So obviously, you know, the conversation we're talking about, does the size of the man matter? But like I said, the size of the woman matters as well. And I'm not just talking about the size of the opening. No, I'm talking about her size, her dress size, how big she is, how, to a lesser extent, how small she is. A lot of women, like I said, a lot of people put an emphasis on the size of the man, his length, his girth, all this other stuff. But the size of the woman matters as well. And we touched on that. Like, I mean, if you 5'4", looking like a cube because you are like, that's not attractive at the end. Well, to be clear, for most people, that's not attractive. Like Casey said earlier, there are some people that do like a BBW. To each his own. But the majority of men, or a large percentage of men, let me say that they may not find that appealing. So your size does matter when it comes to dating, good or bad. Does the size of his ego matter? Like Casey said, the big dick energy, does that matter? Yeah. All right, Michelle, it looks like Michelle is joining the conversation. Think she got something else she wants to add. So like I said, the size of the toys, obviously, we just talked about that. The size of his bank account and the size of his salary, all of that stuff matters as well. So, like I said, the size matters. We know that size matters. However, at the same time, there's more to it than just the size of his schlong, okay? Let's bring Michelle into the conversation. Michelle, what you got? The conversation tonight is, does size matter?
I meant to say this earlier when you were talking about, size, like dress size and what's not. I think that is subjective. I think overall your point I agree with. I think people want healthy partners, like anybody that just doesn't carry themselves well, big or small, if you sloppy, you sloppy. However, I think that you also have to address the fact that it depends on like what society you're living in. So for instance, like white men prefer, small, skinny, thin women. Right. But if you get with like an African guy or somebody from the Caribbean, the bigger the bottom, the better, So,
a big bottom gal, you say?
A big bottom gal, yes. Yeah, man. So I think it's subjective because you talk to some men from some African countries and, a size 16 is too small, like being a large, voluptuous woman is a sign of wealth. So they're not going for nobody that other men might go for. So I think your overall point is men want someone that's fit, someone that's healthy. But I believe that what beauty is subjective depending on the society. So that's my little point there.
Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
All right. Hey, and y'all, I've been dropping the link in the comment section if you want to join the conversation. Michelle brought up some pretty good points right there as far as, size is subjective. And I guess what she's exactly right, because at the end of the day, what does matter, and I mean, think about it. I'm from Jamaica, and we do like a big body gal, just big tick with it. It does matter. However, even then, it's to a point. And like Michelle said, you can be big, you can be thick, but you can also be sloppy with it. And that, I think, is more, because like I said, if you're not taking care of yourself, if you're not, let me just leave it at that. If you're not taking care of yourself, your size matters. Your size matters. Yes, you may appeal to 25 men out of 100, but 75 of them don't even see you because of your size. The reason why? It matters. At the end of the day, it matters. LB, I'm 6 feet tall and these waters do run deep. You ain't about to rabbit. Oh shit. Let's see. Don't get me started on the BBWs. They are killing it at the kink and porn community. Okay. I get it. I promise y'all. I'm not saying that big women aren't attractive. All I'm saying is your size matters to some men. Whether they like it or whether they don't, at the end of the day, you cannot take it off the table. And if a man says, hey, you know what? No, thank you, because you are a bigger woman, you cannot get mad at that. And on the flip side, if a man says, yo, I'm digging you because you are a bigger, more voluptuous woman, you can't get mad at that either. Why? Because your size does matter. That's all I'm saying. In other words, you cannot take it off the table and be like, oh my God, how could he not like me because I'm big? Oh, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that just like you as a woman have the things that you are attracted to, keep in mind that there are some men that are going to be like, yo, you're a little too big for me, shawty. I'll pass. That's all I'm saying. So, it's one of those things where it matters. Hey, Latrice, let me get a test. Hey.
Okay, there we go. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
See me?
I can hear you and I can see you. All right, I'm going to bring you in. I want everybody to see you. What up, Latrice with the spirit fingers?
Hello.
So the question for tonight is, does size matter? Now, I saw earlier you said that you are 6 feet tall. You be dunking on folks, right?
I do not. Do you see these nails?
Yikes.
You see how long my nails are? I ain't dunking on nobody.
Okay.
I can break my nails.
So does size matter? You're 6 feet tall. If a dude walked up to you, he is 5'7" of pure millionaire man. Would his size matter?
I mean, well, my soon-to-be ex-husband is 5'6", so
how long y'all know each other?
We got kids together.
Have you?
We've been together 13 years.
Were you 6 feet 13 years ago?
Yeah. and he been 5'6" for 13.
You may have had a growth spurt. So,
but no, size, it doesn't matter to me.
Okay. So you look past his height, but if you could have had a taller man, would you have wanted that? Honestly?
Okay, I'm gonna say yes and no, and here's why.
Talk to me.
In my experience, before I met him, a lot of tall guys are assholes. A lot of tall guys preferred that I didn't wear heels because I wear heels, and I wear really high heels. And even if a guy is 6'4", a lot of times in my heels, I'm 6'4". And there are some guys who were intimidated because I was looking them in their eyes. And I'm like, so does that change who I am? Because now I'm looking you in your eye because I have heels on. So at that point, I just went with who treated me right. So you can be tall and an asshole and no thank you.
So I wonder why a taller guy, you know what? I guess the higher you are on the totem pole, the more of an ass you are because you know that you're a commodity. I would assume
Bingo.
that has something to do
Bingo.
with it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because most shorter women like taller guys because every woman wants to feel safe and protected with a taller guy. And that's what we've been conditioned to feel that taller men, if a man is taller than you, then he'll protect you. He'll provide,
which is what a man traditionally is supposed to do. He's supposed to be he's supposed to provide provision and protection. So yes, it does make sense. Okay, I see. And therefore, the taller the man, the more women he appeals to, whereas the shorter the man, then his options are limited, and he, by definition, has to try harder. Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Yep.
So
but
also
dick
in the
size
chat,
matters.
so it does matter. Now, now that we got that out the way, you made the comment, ma'am. You've had 12 inches, but he rabbit stroked you to death. Let's talk about it. I want to hear this.
That shit hurt.
You felt it in the back of your brain?
Listen, I hit my head on the wall.
I think
trying to run from that shit. But I was really young. I was in my early 20s. So my uterus can't handle all that shit no more. Anywho, he had girth and length. However, what he lacked was stroke. He lacked carefulness, tenderness, like the gentleness that goes into it. I literally, if he would have stroked right, I would have been stalking his ass.
Really? Why?
Yep. Because that stroke, ladies, this stroke right here.
Hey, calm down.
This right here.
Jesus.
Listen, he won't even have to ask me not to fuck nobody because I won't. Okay?
All because of his size?
Because of his stroke.
Oh, okay. Ladies, do y'all agree with that? Is it the size or the stroke that matters?
Both of them. Now I can take. Okay, I 5 is a bit. He gonna have to put in some work if it's like 5 or 6. Okay. 7 or 8, we're good. Like 7 or 8, like we straight. If that stroke is good too, we're good. We straight.
So you gonna have them booty clapping sounds? Okay.
Had a flashback.
Okay. You know what? Y'all ladies are just, y'all are just nasty.
We're so mannish.
We sit around reading the Bible, and it's y'all women that just come with this stuff. Absolutely just terrible. Absolutely terrible. I don't even know what to do. Talking about stroke game and all that. So at the end of the day, for you, it's not necessarily about how tall he is, how big he is. It's about, as far as his height. I mean, as far as his physical stature, it's about how he approaches you and the energy that he approaches you with. So it's not the size of him physically, it's the size of his energy and the size of his character, if you will.
Correct. Now I do prefer my men's to be 230 plus.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like you got to have some weight on you now, because I don't want to be able to slang you around. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Just a little domestic violence. I got you.
Well, I mean, the little wrestling and stuff, I don't want to be able to knock you up against the wall and now you mad. I want to have to use my muscles.
Got you.
But so, 230 plus for sure.
So at the end of the day, because you want to feel protected, you want to feel
absolutely,
especially going into the winter, you don't want to feel bone on bone. I got you. And then as far as the actual physical, like you said, it's not about the size, it's about the stroke.
Correct.
Got you. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Hey, I appreciate you joining. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, ladies, I would suggest that you all, the next time you go and get your pap done, ask your doctor to measure your vaginal cavity to see how deep you are. I recently found out, and I was pleasantly surprised.
You found out?
Yes. Did you leave? Hello? Was that too much?
Wait a minute. So are you telling
You okay?
That your doctor can actually measure, like he gets down there and he like
Yes.
measures it?
Yes. So, okay, see what had happened was, let me tell you what had happened, right?
Okay.
So
I want to hear this.
was my partner, my current partner, and
really
I
should have went
were
to medical school.
having sex,
Mm-hmm.
and a day later, my IUD was dislodged, and it came out. So I had to go back and get it put back in.
He knocked the
And-
IUD out? Huh? My man.
Yeah.
My man.
So
My man.
when I went back in, the doctor, she was like, she asked the nurse, I need you to measure, from entrance to the cavity, how so I can make sure that I cut the string enough. And she said 8 inches.
8 inches.
Yeah.
Yo, this
Yes.
is 8 inches.
I know.
This is 8 inches.
I said, oh, I got big pussy energy.
Oh,
Right?
fellas, the biology of a woman is my God. Damn, 8 inches.
Yep. Right? Is that 8? That's 8, right? Is that 8?
Oh,
Where's 8?
I got a lot of work to do, huh? Yeah, that's 8 right there.
You almost made me spit my water out. Now,
Damn.
every woman is not 8. Every woman is whatever she is because, genetics,
I'm
our
just
bodies
saying.
are different. And some women are more shallow, some are deeper, some are wider. It's so much that goes into the female anatomy.
It's a lot.
It's a beautiful thing.
Y'all. Us dudes are simple, man. We just give you what we got and go on to sleep. I'm just
Don't
saying.
get put to sleep.
Have a great day, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Bye. Yo, 8 inches. My God. That is impressive. Danielle says it's about the stroke and the weight. Okay. So size does matter, but not necessarily like that. Danielle, she says she's got to feel safe with you. She needs a little bit of weight. I got you. It makes sense. Oh my God. Now we're talking about girth over length. Dear God, y'all are just gotta love it. Oh my goodness. Whew. Anyway, so I guess at the end of the day, size does indeed matter. But I just need to know, does the size of his salary matter? Now, we haven't really touched on it. Does the size of the money that he earns, does that matter? In other words, and Latrice kind of touched on it. The guy that she was with previously, he was 5'7", she's 6 foot tall. So obviously them 3 inches, didn't make a difference in that regard. However, she did say that the energy that he provided, the other intangibles made up for the difference in height. So like I said, the size of of a man's salary, it matters. The size of his ego, like we've been talking about tonight, the big dick energy and the big clit energy, that matters. We're not talking about the size of the peen. We're talking about this, just the other aspects of a relationship. Short answer. G-Dub, she says it does matter. The size of his bank account. Interesting. Why does the size of his account matter, Danielle? So, sorry, y'all going through these comments. Let's see. Danielle says, I am a professional builder ninja, but if I ever do it again, size of the salary will matter. Why is that? For all my ladies out there who are professionals, if you will, you all have achieved a certain level of success, right? We all have in our own way, in our own right. We all are successful, right? If you want to join the conversation, I just put the link in the chat. It's a regular Zoom link. All you got to do is click the link and then join in, and I will pull you in the conversation. If you do not want to be on camera, just let me know. You don't have to be on camera. We can just do it via audio. As long as we have the audio connected, I'll make sure not to, put you on. So if you got your bonnet on or if you're laying up in the bed bucket naked, let me know. I want y'all to jump in, okay? Cheryl says, salary doesn't matter if you can't manage it. Okay. Thank you. Remember, like we talked about sex, communication, finances. Just because you make a lot of money, if it's money coming in, but money going right back out, it ain't really doing you no damn good, right? G-Dub says both matters. Both what? Hold on, Delon. Okay. So, it doesn't matter. Like I said, if you want to join the conversation, guys, if you're in the hey, Delon, connect your audio. Hold on.
Am I connected?
You are. Hold on. Danielle, I'm going to bring you on. Hold on 1 second, please. Delon, go ahead and get your audio situated, and you're on next, okay? Danielle, thank you for joining the conversation. What you got? Does size matter?
I'm here with my family, so I'm gonna have to sneak in the closet and say,
ooh, was that a ghetto pop?
Yes, it does. I think that at this point in my life, I've built a couple of ninjas, and I'm over that process. And I need somebody to meet me where I am.
Okay, and where are you? Where are you right now?
What?
I mean,
what do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean?
Well, you said to meet you where you are. So, where I know you're speaking socioeconomically. So you're obviously, I guess you're saying that you're a high earner. You're saying that if you were to ever do it again, that person would also have to be a high earner?
Well, not just in high earner, because
Okay.
yeah, that absolutely, but more so we would have to be like-minded in a lot of different ways. As far as what they're doing in life, I need someone to understand. My life is. I mean, I'm working all the time. So if I'm dealing with a man that can't deal with me being, away at work or doing the things that I need to do, then, I don't know if that would work with them. So it's not just necessarily being a high earner. It would be, just like-minded person.
Got you. So in other words, because for you to do what you do, you have to be on the go. So you can't be with somebody who's like, baby, we need to let's cuddle on the couch and Netflix and chill when there's a deal that has to be made or a client that has to be communicated with, that kind of thing.
Correct. I want to make time, obviously, but I definitely need understanding. I need understanding when it's go time.
Got you.
And I'm not gonna make every date. I might cancel. You know, it is what it is.
Huh. That does make sense. That does make sense because if he can't understand or realize exactly what it is you're doing and how you're moving, then that's going to be detrimental for you in moving forward. So the size of not necessarily his bank account, from what I'm gathering, is more the size of his drive has to match yours.
Absolutely. But if his drive matches mine, then he is absolutely a high earner. So it does tie in.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Thank you, ma'am. Size does matter. Size does matter. I love it. I love it. Delon, connect your audio. You are up next, ma'am, please. Wow. Okay. That's good stuff. Hey, Delon, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can. All right, let me bring you in. So, Delon, it looks like you out there on the road truck driving. So, tell me, does size matter? Is there a difference between a 53-footer and a 28-foot? Let me know. Does size matter? Talk to me.
For me, size does matter.
Okay.
Like with everything, like with his weight, with his bank account, with his dick, with his time, all of that matters.
TikTok. Okay. Now
all of it matters.
Of all of those things, let's put them in order. You said time, his size, you said
his weight.
His weight. Which one of those would be number one? Time, size, dick, weight.
And his bank account, that matters too.
You said we grown. We gotta have it. I got you. Cause just like
you gotta have some money because I'm out here getting it, right?
Obviously, we see you.
And I like my time is valuable. Like I don't have much time because I'm always out on the road, like driving.
Mm-hmm.
And but then when I do spend some time with him, like you have to have the bank account to I like to go to nice places to eat and stuff, and I like to travel. I like to go on trips, and he have to be able to do that. And then as far as us in the bedroom, like his dick gotta be a certain size or I won't feel anything, which I won't get any pleasure, which I won't want to do it.
So does he have to be?
He will get embarrassed because I'll say something.
You'll say something.
Yeah, I would tell him about it. Yes, he'll know. He'll know that I'm not satisfied.
Oh, he gonna cry in the car?
He'll know that he can't satisfy me. I've had something to tell me that, I know I can't satisfy you, but then they'll just start, they'll throw money at you, but that still won't work because you gotta have like all those things I just mentioned. You gotta have all of those things. And like as far as his weight, his size, I gotta feel protected.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not big. Some people look at me, they might say that I'm not big. I'm like a medium size, but I'm a thick woman.
Right.
So yeah, I want to feel like I can't take you out. Like one of the other ladies was saying,
Right.
And as far as Casey, she was all the stuff she was saying about she brought out the toy.
That monster.
My toy is that size. So, I was married. My ex-husband was about that size. And I got a toy. I got a toy for that size, so that's what I was used to. So I thought, I don't have to have one that big, right?
Mm-hmm.
But after him, I thought I did because that's what I was, that's all I had for like the 18 years. I was my ex-husband.
So you felt that was the norm as opposed to the exception.
Yeah, I did. I really did. So then when I got other guys that was a little smaller, they were more comfortable. Like my ex-husband, he was that size, he was big, but sometimes it would be uncomfortable. I mean, I would take him, but it would be very uncomfortable.
Wait a minute. So the bigger was normal, whereas the smaller was uncomfortable. Am I understanding right?
No.
Oh, the other way around. Okay, I got you.
The bigger one was uncomfortable, but I thought that's how it's supposed to be. You know, I thought that's how it was supposed to be since I was with my ex-husband for that long.
Got you.
So when I got divorced, and then I got with guys that were smaller. Now some I got with, they was way too small. Like, but I don't know why some guys, they have like a thumb dick, and they think that they got something. I don't know who the hell told them that. Some of them, they would actually be on top of me.
Wait a minute.
Pounding away.
Wait a minute. Did you say a
like,
thumb?
Like this, a thumb dick. That's a baby dick. Yeah, that's what they have. And they're like pounding away, saying, you like this big dick. I'm like, who the fuck told you got a big dick? Who told you that? Well, my ex girl, she said I hurt her. I said, how the hell would you hurt somebody? How? So you got the guys with the ego. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because they had money. But just because they have money, most of the time, the ones that have the money, they ain't got no dick. You either get either or, it seems like to me. You get some good dick, they don't have no money, or you get a guy who got a lot of money, he ain't got no dick. Like, I wanted to match.
You can get you a Jamaican.
Some guys out there that can make it match. Get both, please.
So basically what you're saying is you want an anaconda as opposed to a garden snake.
As opposed to what?
You say you want an anaconda as opposed to a garden snake. Oh,
yeah. I'd rather have the anaconda, but the anaconda, sometimes it might be comfortable. It depends on what kind of mood I'm in. It depends on what kind of, you know what, also matter the size of our chemistry that we have.
That's something I noticed a lot of you ladies were saying, that it's all about the chemistry. Makes sense. Oh my goodness.
You gotta have chemistry.
Yeah.
You gotta have the chemistry. If you don't have the chemistry, then we can't get down at all. Period. It's just not us. We just gotta be just friends. So,
I got you.
Yeah.
Delon, thank you. Be safe on that road. Hit that horn for me. There it is.
Did you hear it?
All right, lady, you be safe. Thank you.
Okay, bye, Chris.
Bye. Well, I guess the consensus is size does matter no matter what. If you 18 wheeling or whatever, man. Oh, that is now. Yes. Boy, the size of his credit score matters. Woo, man. The size of your credit score, yes, Lord, does that matter? I've had great chemistry and bad sex. Okay. You've had great chemistry and still had bad sex? What made it bad, Ms. Brown? What made it bad? I want to know. Hey, I'm dropping a link in the convo. If you want to join the chat as well, join the convo. She said I had great chemistry and still had bad sex. That is so unfortunate. That is just so unfortunate. Oh boy. So Miss Brown says she's been with someone where they had great chemistry and still had bad sex. That is just. Michelle says he's lazy. I want a broke ass man tripping when $100 check comes, man. And here's the thing, you know what? That's what LB just said. Latrice just said, you know, she doesn't want a broke ass man. And like I said, that's why most men don't care about what it is you earn. And Danielle kind of said it as well when she was in the conversation that, you know, when she and I were talking, that if his drive matches hers, then more than likely he's going to be successful anyway. And quite honestly, I don't think that someone with her drive, she would even see a man that isn't driving as hard, if not harder than she is. Like I said, a lot of men don't really give a damn about your salary, because at the end of the day, like Latrice is saying here, when we go out to dinner, I'm going to pick up that kind of man is going to pick up the check, it's a lot of things that I think a lot of people don't necessarily realize, or don't think is as important as it really is. Miss Brown said she found out real quick that she was not a sapiosexual. He said it ain't all about the mental at that point. You want to keep it real. You got to have that back blown out. Size matters. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, man. But the credit score thing, I'm going to go back to that a little bit. The size of the credit score does matter. And let me touch on that a little bit, because like I said, most men don't give a damn about your credit score per se. However, we don't give a damn about how much money you make or your job or your title, your position. We really don't give a shit, because at the end of the day, your money is usually your money. Our money is there to take care of the house, to provision, to protect, those kind of things, right? So we really don't give a shit about how much money you make for the most part. However, your credit score, on the other hand, is a whole lot different, because what your credit score does show is how you manage your money. And if I'm going to be taking you on, meaning, you are now a part of my family, you are a part of who I am, what I'm building, you're a part of my brand, then I'm going to look at your credit score to see how you manage your money. I'm looking to see, okay, you got a 400 credit score. What the hell did you do to get into the hole where you have a 400 credit score? That's a problem. That's an issue. How did we get to that point? So that kind of stuff does indeed matter. Hey, Delon, you trying to get back on? So, those kind of things do in fact matter, because like I said, a 400 credit score, what that shows is that, you're not a good steward of money, or something happened along the line. And if you are rocking 400, that means that what the hell other, stuff are you bringing to the table? Like, God darn, 400 credit score, Danielle? That is a great question. What do we care about? Men who are of a certain caliber, and I pride myself on being in that caliber. I'm not, I was going to say I'm not a six-figure dude. Okay. It's not necessarily about that. But what I do care about is her femininity. I care strongly about the fact that she's a damn woman, meaning she's built like a woman. She's attractive. I care about that. I care about the fact that I can have a conversation with her and she's going to inspire me she's going to inspire me to be a better man. Now, don't get it twisted. No woman is going to inspire a driven man to drive harder. Now, what she is going to do is provide inertia, okay? Now, and what that means is this. Y'all know I like to define the terms. Inertia means a tendency to do nothing or to remain unchanged. In other words, if I am moving at a certain speed, she is there to make sure that I remain at that speed. So in other words, if I have to, kind of like what Danielle said earlier, I got to work late or I got to get up and do this, I have to move a certain way in order to achieve a certain goal, then I know that my woman is there to support me on my mission. She is there to make my brand better. So I'm not looking for somebody to be right there at my side and to fight. No, I don't need that, because by the time the kind of man that I am, I'm already built that way. So I don't need somebody to be there. No, you're not going to help me fight any harder. But what you are going to do is make sure that my battle armor is ready so I can go fight. And I know that, okay, if I'm sending the money home, that it's being taken care of. Though that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a partner, a helpmeet, meaning, we're not necessarily on the same level, because at the end of the day, as a leader, you have to be able to follow or have somebody follow you. You cannot have two generals, two CEOs, two this. No, there has to be a head and there has to be somebody at the tail to follow. That doesn't. And one of the things to answer your question as well, Danielle, is what am I looking for? A submissive woman. And that goes back to what I was saying earlier. A lot of women say, well, I can be submissive if I find the right man, which is absolute bullshit. You cannot turn being submissive off and on like a damn light switch. Either you are or you are not. You cannot turn femininity on and off like a light switch. Either you are or you are not. And that is what men are looking for. I keep saying that men want peace, and we want our woman to help bring us that peace. And if you are bringing conflict into our life, if you are bringing chaos into our life, how can I then go out there and go slay those dragons, make those deals, drive that truck, dig that ditch, tote that bale, do all of them things, and then come home and it's like, God damn, I got to fight here too? That's not conducive to me going out there and being successful. So to answer your question, what do we care about? We care about peace. We care about submissiveness. We care about an inspiring woman, and we care about a feminine woman. Those are the things that we care about. We don't give a shit about your money. We don't give a shit about your titles. We care about what can you do to help us be better and to help us build that brand. Most women don't want submissive. I would hope not. Because that's when shit's out of whack. If you got a man that's submissive, you got a big ass problem on your hand. Now, I'm not saying this dude's got to be dominant and be like damn Flintstones and, popping you upside the head with a club. Oh, no, I'm not saying that. But a man does need to be submissive. Hey, Delon, I'm going to bring you on. Let me hear you. Your mic's off? Hold on. Okay, don't worry about it.
Hello?
Yeah, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
You want to come back in?
I don't care.
All right. Hold on, I'm going to bring you back. Hold on. Oh, shit.
Okay.
Well, maybe I'm not. Hold on. What the hell's going on?
I'm on. I can hear you.
Yeah. I'm not sure what's going on with the video, but we can definitely hear you. What you got? Does size matter, Delon? I know you had said earlier that there were a couple of things you actually liked, but then we kind of got a little messed up. You said time, size, dick, weight, and a bank account. Which one is the least?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which one is the least important? Yeah.
But right now,
we have time, size, dick, weight, and bank account. If you could take any one of these off the list, which one would you take off?
I guess weight.
Really?
Yeah, I'll take off his weight. I have to have, I don't know, I was going to say the bank account don't have to be like all that. But I mean, I like stuff, and it will be it'll be hard. I'll start looking at him a certain kind of way, and he'll start feeling a certain kind of way if he can't provide me with the things that I like. You know what I'm saying? Like I like a certain lifestyle. Like I like to travel, and if he can't do those things, then it's not really so much as me. It's like the guy y'all start feeling a certain type of way if y'all don't have a certain amount of money in your pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I would get in the way.
I'll be honest with you.
That's why
I'll be honest with you. I think you kind of want that kind of man, because if you got the kind of guy that's not comfortable with not having no money, then yeah, we're gonna have a problem.
Yeah, I would have a problem with that, because I would feel like that if I'm paying for everything or whatever, I feel like I'm taking care of him, and then he'll feel like my son, and I can't fuck my son. So
that is illegal in most states. That's illegal. I'm just saying. Well, R. Kelly, with that, we're getting off. Thank you, ma'am.
No, I can't do it.
Yeah, we don't need that. But I do see what you're saying, because at the end of the day, if it's one thing if you're out earning him, but it's another thing if you are out manning him, and if you're with somebody who's not quote unquote the man, then obviously you're going to start to lose respect and regard for him, and that's basically what you're saying, right?
Yeah. Exactly. And another thing that about the size matter, size of his wisdom.
Say again?
The size of his wisdom, like how wise he is, that matters.
Huh.
It matters, because it's like if they haven't matured and they're not wise about certain things, then the conversation won't be so good. Like he won't make good decisions and all of that stuff. It just, everything matters. Like, especially, in my age, I'm 51 years old, and all of that stuff come into play by now. If I was younger, a lot of that stuff with dick size, that's the only thing probably would matter back then. But now everything matters.
Yeah, you can't be with somebody that's going to lead you off the side of a cliff.
Yeah, exactly. A man wants to be submissive, but what am I speaking to? Like, are you gonna I'm going to a session. I get getting weight. So so a man, I can't have him making bad decisions. I know he making bad decisions. Some of them about stuff like that, and then they to help me. You don't want to struggle, and you don't want to go down the wrong path, but you're trying to let him be the man. But I don't know. I used to tell my ex-husband, the leader of the team doesn't always tell everybody what to do. They listen to everybody's input and make the best decision for the whole team. They don't just boss people around. They listen to everybody's idea and make the best decision for the whole team.
Yeah.
The size of how wise he is, that matters.
I never really thought of that. That actually is a great point. I definitely appreciate that. Hold on one second. Let me bring Cheryl into the conversation.
Okay.
All right. Hold on one second. Hey, Cheryl, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Hold on one second. Let me bring you in. All right. Hold on one second. All right, Cheryl, what you got? Does size matter?
I think size matters in so many different areas that people really don't even think about.
Such as?
Like at my age, what the young lady just said, she's 51. I have a birthday coming up. I'll be 46. So your portfolio matters. It matters. What are you going to do in the future more than, for me personally, by the time we get to that, I'm probably going to know that's somebody I want to do that with. But You know, up until then, I'm going to ask about so many others, like the size of your brain. Like, can you put words together? You put sentences together.
Sentence string I can together.
Can you put words together? Can you put sentences together? You know, just normal, you would think there are a lot of people out here with good sense, but it's not. They're all about the wrong. It's like we're crisscrossing. So what they think is maybe matters, I don't think matters. And then what I think matters, they don't think it matters.
What is the most important thing to you? What matters the most to you?
The size of your heart. I think that to me drives everything, because if you have good intent, it's immediately going to come out. You're going to know. That's why so many women said, you know, chemistry, because they can feel if you're full of shit. They can feel that. So why are they going to go towards something that they feel like is a bunch of bullshit?
But what do you define as bullshit? And fellas, for all my guys in the group, let me know. I need to hear from y'all. You know, whether the ladies are on point, because I know, and I'm going to go back to you in just a second. Even though the title is "Does Size Matter?" It's so easy for us to assume that when we say does size matter, we're talking about the size of a man's Johnson, the size of that business. But no, does the size of his bank account matter? Like DeLon just says, does the size of, you know, his wisdom, his leadership ability matter? Does the size of his bank account matter? And on the flip side, does the size of a woman matter? If she is, you know, 5'1" and weighing in at 400 pounds, does that matter? You know, does size matter? That's what we're talking about. So Cheryl, talk to me. What were you saying?
I forgot.
Does the size of her attention span matter? What you got?
Yes, it does matter. No, yeah, but I want to be held accountable. Just like I'm, you know, sizing you up, you should be sizing me up. You should be putting it towards me like I'm putting it towards you. Mm-hmm. That's what a woman's, you know, looking for. They don't want someone who they can tower over, or they can kind of control. They want not a fight, but they want something that, you know, they can feel like, it's, you know, I haven't seen him in a while. It'd be great to, you know, they want to be able to miss that person. Got you.
I definitely do understand that. So in other words, it's like, yo, you know, what is it I got you, which does make sense. So of the things that does matter, what size wise is the least important when it comes to what it is you're looking for in a man, in a partner?
Ooh. Probably their physicality, like the size of probably their weight, or how short or tall they are, how light or dark, or of a different race, or all that, to me would probably be in last place.
Gotcha.
Which that may not be for other women. That might be interesting.
No, we're talking about you, because at the end of the day,
yes.
You know, what they eat don't make you shit.
That would be the least that, you know, I would be willing to work with, because women are always willing to work with you. They're always willing to see something.
Really?
Absolutely. You don't even know most of the time when we're working with you, because it's just an automatic thing. Women are nurtured by nature. So it's automatically going to kick in. Like you said, all women are submissive. Yeah, we are. But it's like, when do you kick that in? You're not going to kick it in for just everyone.
I hear you.
So,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's you know, it's about, I guess, you know, depending on where are you in life. Maybe some things matter. Maybe having a vehicle, or having a job, or having these things, maybe that's at the top of the list, you know, for some women. Mm-hmm. For me, you know, I want to know that you have some type of roadmap, that you're grounded in who you are. Like you're grounded in who our job is to intertwine and to learn about each other, you know, and then here comes about all of these things we may come up against, like sex and all of these other things. But if we're already intertwined, it's going to be fabulous. Well, you may not be as, you know, large as this person, or have as much girth, but you have the communication. He's caring about you. The femininity comes into play.
Femininity to me is a big thing because femininity equals peace. Femininity equals, inspiration. Femininity, equals sex, So when a
man recognizes femininity, I think to a woman that says, you're listening to me, you understand me, you're willing to work with me. I think it says so many things without saying words. It's nonverbal communication.
I got you. It does make sense. Yo, I appreciate that, Cheryl. Thank you so much for joining.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Have a good one. Yo, so that actually made a lot of sense right there. And I definitely do appreciate, that. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me do this real quick. So Zamar said, he's had this conversation with many women and it's always a split decision. Chemistry can only get you so far if you can't feel anything. You know what? That is so true. But a lot of times I think that, I don't know. There has to be something worth following. That is true. Now, but here's the thing though. You, as I said, as a woman, let me not put it that way. I'm not a woman. For a man, you cannot, women like I said, you cannot turn submission or being submissive off and on when you feel like it, or, well, he's the kind of man I want, so I'm going to be submissive to him. Either you are built like that, you are submissive, or you are not. Leadership is the same way. Okay. Leadership is the same way. It's like, I get you, Latrice, what are you submitting to? Latrice, I get it. What are you submitting to? You're submitting to the fact that, okay, these are, for you to even get into the situation where you're in a relationship with a man anyway, you know what you're submitting to. Because if that's the case, you, just based on the conversation that we have, you're not just going to submit to any old Tom, Dick, and Harry and allow that person to reach that level of intimacy anyway. So for you, the initial attraction that gets you to the point where you're in some kind of relationship, some kind of intimate relationship. I'm not saying full on, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the case may be. But there is, you realize that, the kind of man that you're attracted to is going to be the kind of man that you're going to submit to regardless. Not a matter of you said, okay, I'm going to submit to you now. No, the fact is there's something about him that caught your eye, and that allowed you to be the kind of woman that you are innately anyway. So it's not a matter of you said, okay, you know what? I'm going to submit to him. Let me go holler at him. No, he approached you. And the fact that he approached you in and of itself speaks to the kind of confidence that he has, because you're 6 feet tall, worth of, what did you say? What would you say it was? 8 inches of depth. So you already know the kind of woman that you are. So for any man to come and approach you, you already know that it's going to fall in, that you're going to fall in line, because that's the kind of man that you want anyway. Am I making sense? You turn your, no, man, I hate to mansplain you. I hate to, but no, it's not a matter of you turning. How can I? Fellas, back me up on this, please. The kind of man There are men that are out there, and kind of like what Michelle said. You're not submitting to court jesters. However, you know what? Let's define the terms. Nah, don't be nice. No, like I said, this is an adult conversation. I love it. This is an adult conversation. So let me find the right words here to explain what I'm saying. Okay. Beautiful women, and all you ladies seem to be beautiful, especially the ones that don't have an avatar. You just got a letter like Miss Brown. That's a beautiful pink M, right? So beautiful women get approached all the time. Danielle, I'm sure, gets approached all the time. Michelle, you get approached all the time. Latrice, you get approached all the time. Men, we're going to shoot our shot with whatever ammunition we may have. Like Delon said earlier, some men have money. Some men have power, meaning or prestigious job or that kind of thing. Some men may have a silly ass sense of humor, because I promise you, I have laughed my way into plenty of twat in my lifetime, because I may not be the cutest. Yeah, I'm kind of cute, but I may not be the cutest, may not have the 10 abs and all the other shit, but I got a personality, and damn it, next thing I know, you'll be laughing on your back but anyway, what I'm saying is men use whatever tools they have, whatever ammunition they have to shoot their shots. Some dudes are just big, buff, whatever the case may be. So therefore, that's what they use. Okay? However, just because a man shoots his shot doesn't mean that he's going to hit the target. The thing is, all of y'all, whether you agree or not, I think, are submissive in your own particular way. All women good women, I should say, will submit. The fact of the matter is, just because a man shoots his shot at you doesn't mean that you're going to submit to him. Like I said, the submission aspect of it doesn't come in because a dude's like, hey, Shawty, what's happening? It's when a man that approaches you, yeah, all day. Next thing you know, you just tee-hee-hee. Oh, yes, I'm that dude. I'm just saying, just because a man shoots a shot doesn't mean that you're going to submit, but that doesn't mean that you are not a submissive woman. However, the kind of man that does get past the shot shooting phase, and now y'all are in some kind of intimate relationship, the fact that he is there means that he is the kind and caliber of man that you are attracted to. And therefore, you are going to allow that kind of man to lead. And you notice I use the word allow, because here's the thing. A good woman knows that even though he is the head, y'all are the neck. So y'all are going to position us in a way that is going to be the most conducive for the brand, the family, to move forward. However, he is still the head of the family, and y'all are submitting to that leadership. Now, whether it lasts long term, that's a completely different story. But when I hear you say, well, I'm not going to submit to, yes, if you are in relationship, I guarantee, and I don't know each and every last one of y'all personally out here, but I guarantee that if you get to the stage where you are in relationship with a man, each and every last one of y'all are going to submit to that man's leadership until his leadership is no longer effective. Meaning he's fucking up the family money. He's fucking up outside of the family by cheating or doing certain things. I mean, if you're going to cheat, there's certain rules that men have to follow. Don't mess up the family money. Don't bring in no outside babies. Don't bring on no diseases. It is what it is. And don't embarrass your woman. So all I'm saying is this. if women will submit when the man is there doing what he's supposed to do. Or at least the women that I've spoken that we're talking about here, I hear what you're saying. Well, I ain't gonna just submit to anybody. You're right. Like I said, just because a dude walks up to you doesn't mean you're like, oh yes, no, you're not. But if you're in a relationship, I promise you that y'all are gonna be like, you know what? Hey, this man that I find is worthy is worth, me being in relationship with. You're gonna fall in line for the most part. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong. Just saying, Zamar. Just saying. So that's and like I said, the court jester, his job is there to entertain you. That doesn't mean you're going to submit to him. But if that court jester all of a sudden became the king, I guess that's not a good analogy. But y'all know what the hell I'm trying to say. Maybe it just means a man has to inspire submission. You wouldn't be in a relationship with him if he didn't inspire submission. If you felt that man wasn't worthy, if you will, regardless of how many times he approached you, that's why the friend zone exists for the most part, right? If you have a man that's good morning, beautiful, or what you doing, or doing those things, you're not going to move him up in the roster because he's still at the court jester phase. So therefore, he's not anyone that you're going to submit to anyway. But if you have a man that is approaching you and is someone that is like, yo, there's something about that dude, I want to get to know him better. And then you develop something with him and y'all get into relationship together, then you are going to, because it's a natural feminine role, which is to submit to the man. Because if he is in his masculine element and you're in your feminine, by definition, there's going to be submission. So it's not a matter of him inspiring submission. It's a matter of you. If you're in relationship, that's how things align. Most women, and I'm just going off of what the conversation that we've had, the women, including you from what I've seen, it's not a matter of every man that you encounter. It's a matter of the man that is the one for you. You're going to submit, because quite honestly, by definition, you're not going to just get with a man that doesn't make you feel comfortable. How many of you guys have said, I need a man that physically makes me feel safe? How can you submit to a man that doesn't make you feel safe? You're not going to be in a relationship with a man that doesn't make you feel safe. You're not going to get with a man who the size of his bank account doesn't align with providing you safety, giving you provision. You're not going to get in that. So by definition, you're not going to have that kind of man to submit to. Does that make sense? What I mean is, it isn't something a woman does, but who she becomes. The flower is always a flower, but when the sun pops out is when the leaves open up. That doesn't mean it's not a flower. So you already are a woman. It's just a matter of you're definitely going to blossom for the right man, but that doesn't mean that you weren't a flower to begin with. Like I said, it's not a matter of you're turning on and off being submissive. You're already submissive, or you already are a feminine woman. It's just the right man is going to bring it out of you, if you will. But it's not a matter of you turning it off and on. It's a matter of, you know what? This man is bringing out who I already am. Man. Femininity is not something that you turn off and on. On the flip side, masculinity is not something a man turns off and on. That's my point. Latrice, if you can call in, I want to have this conversation with you because that is the point that I am making. The kind of man that is intimidated by you is not going to approach you anyway. But the kind of man that is not intimidated by you and is going to step to you and be like, hey, what's happening? You long drink of, you tall drink of water. What's going on? You want some? I know you're going to either be like, okay, regardless of whether he's 6'1" or if he's 5'7", if he approaches you and gets past all of that and you're like, okay, this dude is hollering at me regardless, and the attraction is there and it builds and builds until y'all are in relationship, you are already going to submit to him because he's not intimidated. Dana says, yes, you are right. Thank you. I'm just going to stop right there. She says, I'm right. That's all I need. A woman will submit to the right man. Correct. But that doesn't mean that she wasn't a submissive. And to be clear, y'all, there's absolutely nothing wrong with being submissive. And I'm not talking about in the sexual terms. There is absolutely nothing wrong with being submissive. When I was in the Army, there's absolutely nothing wrong with me following the orders of the captain or the sergeant or whoever's in charge of my squad at the time. That was the way it was supposed to be, because if all of us are trying to give commands and nobody is following or getting the work done, there's a problem. I think that, going off of the comment that Latrice said, she has an issue with the word submissive, and especially the way that is the problem. It's not we have bastardized certain words. You hear it talked about now, toxic masculinity, and no. We have gotten, I think, as a society, we have gotten certain terms confused to where divine masculinity has now been contrived with toxic masculinity. All right. Divine masculinity is where a man is confident in who he is as a man and moves as such. And because of certain things where, if you want to do feminism, whatever the case may be, we can delve into all of that probably on another conversation. But walking in your divine masculinity in no way takes away from a woman's femininity. In fact, it protects the woman's femininity in you doing so, just like there's divine femininity. You know what? Dana, I like you. You all right with me. Thank you for that. Now, you know what? Let's define the terms, y'all, because I see where Latrice is saying that society has bastardized that term. Okay, because I think that we, for whatever reason, the word submissive is now looked upon as being weak, where it says ready to conform to the authority or will of others, meekly obedient or passive. Okay, that last part has got nothing, absolutely nothing to what it is, when in terms of relationship, when it comes to being submissive. Okay. What it is just saying you are submitting to the authority of the leader, meaning that you are putting things, for lack of a better word, in order. Like I said, if a man is operating within his divine masculinity, he is not beating up his woman and, taking advantage of her because he's the head. No, that's some bullshit. But when a man is operating within his divine masculinity, he is supporting, he is lifting, he is protecting the woman, because like I said, she's giving him his peace. She is giving him the things for him to be the better man and to comfort him in that thing. It all works together. And I will say this though, Latrice, going back to what you just said, you approached him, and you approaching him automatically puts you in the masculine. So it's hard for you to submit to a dude that you step to. Now, don't get me wrong. You can shoot your shot and be like, hey, Shawty, what's happening? That's one thing. But if he still then doesn't take the lead, there may be an attraction. Going back to what you said, he may be packing 12 inches of man meat. But are you really and truly there, if you will, okay? Dana, what I was saying was I appreciate the fact that you're saying nothing wrong with being submissive to your husband. That doesn't mean he's your boss, but the two of y'all are still a team. That's what I was talking about. Thank you for that comment. I agree wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly. Michelle says she submits to her husband and he submits to her. You're damn right. That's like I said, y'all. I know that society has gotten it twisted to where we think that, you know, submitting to your partner, submitting to your spouse is a weakness, is a sign of weakness. And no, it's not. It's not. Because if you notice, it's not about being a submissive, meaning that there is a dominant. It means that you are submitting, meaning the authority is there. In other words, if you are a leader, then you have to have a follower, if you will. And if both of y'all are trying to lead, then it's a problem. Like earlier, we saw Delon driving the truck. If she had two people sitting there trying to drive the truck together, how far do you think she'd go? Now, she may have somebody sitting in the passenger seat navigating, say, hey, turn left, turn right. They're both as equally important. However, there is but one person driving the vehicle. Now, whether the person driving listens to the navigator in the passenger seat, the navigator says, hey, turn left up ahead, but the person driving says, nah, fuck that, I'm gonna go straight, and then they drive off a cliff, that's a problem. However, the person in the passenger seat says, hey, I think we need to turn left, but you know what? We may be able to turn right. If that person keeps going straight, then, you know, that's where the trust comes in. But once again, that's another conversation. The fact of the matter is there's one person driving and the person in the passenger seat submits to the person driving, but they are in it together. And together they work through. It's not a matter of one is more important and one is weaker than the other. No. It's not. Latrice says, now there was definitely a time where I did submit to him, but over time I realized that was not a good thing. Yeah, you know why? And once again, y'all, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that either. You grow. You grew as a person. He grew as a person. Y'all may not have grown together, but at the end of the day, you realize for whatever reason, going back to my analogy, he was in the driver's seat, you were in the passenger seat. You said, hey, we need to turn left because if we keep going straight, we're going to drive off a damn cliff. Hey, we need to turn left because we're going to drive off a cliff. Hey, damn it, we need to turn left because we're going to drive off a cliff. And you see this dude is continuing to go straight. There is absolutely nothing wrong with you bailing the hell up out of that truck. I'm not saying in no shape, manner, or form, because y'all know I've been through quite a few divorces. I done got it down pat. Not going through another one, I can tell you that. But the one thing I did realize was that, you know what, just because we are together doesn't mean we're going to have to go down in flames together. And there was a lot of times I was the one sparking the flame in order the match in order to get the flame started. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with saying, you know what, this ain't working, because you've grown as a person, you've grown as a woman, he's grown as a man. Miss Brown asked the question. So Chris, you and men all right with submitting to a woman in the right time and space? Yes. As I said earlier, even though the man may be the head of the household, the woman usually is the neck. So therefore, there are a lot of times where it's like, you know what? Yo, I see what you're saying. I'm going to listen to you and we're going to go in your, you know, going back to my analogy of driving the truck. I think we should go straight, but hey, baby, we need to make a left. I'm going to submit to her and be like, you know what? Her counsel, her wisdom, she sees something I don't. I'm going to make that left because I trust what she's saying. That in and of itself is a form of submission. However, what she didn't do is, hey, we need to make a left. I'm going to climb my ass in the driver's seat, sit in your lap, take the wheel from you, and make us turn left. That's completely different. That's what I'm saying is that's when it becomes out of order. Z the Mogul, a true divine masculine man knows how and when to operate in his relationship with his woman. There are times where he will have to step back to let her take the lead, and he is secure enough to do so. You're damn right. And to build on that as well, she knows how to take the lead. She doesn't step on him or step in front of him in order to take the lead. She's like, hey, babe, I got this. And, you know, she may not use those exact words, but he knows based on her saying that how to fall back and allow her to switch. Latrice, Chris, you were speaking in reference to men who understand what you're saying. I agree with you. You know what? That right there is why I'm doing this podcast. That's why I'm talking about relationships. That's why I'm doing that, because I really think, like I said earlier, men have become more feminized, women have become more masculine, and relationships as a whole are freaking dying. Next week, the topic of the show, just to give y'all a heads up, is going to be called CPR. Meaning, how can we revive relationships? How can we revive love? How can we revive romance? Because damn it, it's dying. We don't have real R&B anymore. We got Chris, I'm going to slap you beside the head, Brown, you know, which is about as close to R&B as we have right now. But we don't have the love, the romance, and all of those things, because that is what chivalry is built upon. That is what love is built upon. What was the last true romantic movie, romantic comedy or something like that that's come out? I get it. It's been COVID. I get it that there have been a lot of things that have happened. I get it that now, you know, pretty much everything is streaming. But what was the last romantic comedy, if you will? When was the last Hitch? When was the last Love Jones? When was the last movie like that? What was the last R&B group? A Boyz II Men, a Silk, when was the last Usher? When was the last guy saying, ooh, 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 baby, I love you so? I mean, when was the last time, you know, or on the flip side, what was the last woman singing about her dude? When was the last time we had a song about catering to you? But instead, you know what I'm saying? We got a song, you know, now music is turned about to where we are saying, hey, you can have him on the weekend, but he's mine Monday through Friday, that kind of bullshit. So that right there, once, if society as a whole has flipped the game to where men are now feminine, women are now operating in the masculine, of course you're going to have chaos. And of course dating is going to be shit. So now you're swiping left and right. And even the dudes that do approach you, like Latrice said, you have to approach them. Why? You have to operate in the masculine and go holler at them. Hey, what's up, shawty? While the dudes are like, nah, I'm good. Even though everything is out of whack. He will get the coochie and what's the boochie? You talking about shit, put it in the butt. What? Oh man, I swear I love y'all to death. Y'all are silly. She said the Bucci cat. I've never heard it called that. Oh shit. Oh. Relationships, Dana, that is a great point, if you will. You know what, Zamar? You're exactly right. Everybody wants to prove how savage they can be because everybody wants to turn up. Everybody wants to have, for whatever reason, to post the screenshots of the message where, you know, the guy got flued, you know, he flued somebody out and now she's, you know, it's like people want the show. People want the show. And I will say this though, Dana, and I must kind of sort of disagree with you just a little bit. Relationships are not out of style, but the love and dating, the courting is. People don't court anymore. People don't date properly anymore. And I get it, COVID, okay, we can't go out, but damn it, that does not mean that you cannot date a woman. One of my pet peeves in life has always been when someone that I was in a relationship with, when she would ask me on my birthday or Christmas or something like that, so what do you want? That to me was some absolute bullshit, because if you are asking me a week before, a month before, or on the day of, so what is it that you want or what do you want to do? That means that you have not been listening to me the other 364 days, the other 11 months about what it is I like, what it is that interests me, what it is that I care about, and you haven't put in the effort. You're not showing any intention in what you do. And Cheryl is 100% right. Men and women have become selfish because it's a competition. And for whatever reason, men, several reasons, we're going to talk about it on the CPR show. For several reasons, men cannot be transparent, cannot be vulnerable. And women, like I said, because now they're operating in the masculine, they can't be feminine. They can't be soft. They can't allow it to be. So now you have situations where a man is taking a woman out on a date and she's like, I don't want this bullshit. You know, why you ain't take me out to Ruth's Chris on the first date? Why you ain't take me out to, you know, insert fancy restaurant here? And then at the same time, men ain't putting in the effort either. A dude showing up on the first date talking about what you want to do. CPR, and I don't want to dig too deep into it, but we are going to talk about it a little bit. But technology is dating's worst enemy. It's hard to get to know somebody via text, and I'll leave it at that. Can you imagine if we were doing this show and all we're doing is just texting? I'm texting y'all, y'all texting me. Imagine this is nothing but a damn group chat. How effective would that be? Anyway, I'm going to wrap this show up. Y'all, I appreciate each and every one of y'all joining the conversation. Thank each and every one of y'all for jumping on as far as, you know, just the conversations and live. I will answer this question, though. Does eating a fancy dinner equal for sure sex? You goddamn right. I don't care if I take you out and y'all, I've said it before. If we go to McDonald's and I supersize it, yeah. Then the question is going to be, does size matter? Because yes, if I take you out to eat, yes, better do your stretching exercises. As Latrice said, we're going to be measuring that cervix. So I'm just saying. Yes. If I take you out to dinner, yeah. You're going to be showing your old face. Anyway, I appreciate each and every last one of y'all for joining the conversation. It has been fun tonight. Like I said, I kind of gave you, I'm just saying. Thank you. Because think about it. If you're not, and I know I'm about to wrap it up. Because you don't have to put in the effort anymore, all it takes is you picking up this phone and be like, oh, okay, well, she ain't talking about shit. Swipe. And ladies, y'all know it. A dude is like, hey, beautiful, I see you, you know, blah, blah, blah. And he boring. And you're not, there is no effort being put in. I'm talking about on dating apps. And then the flip side of it goes as well. You know, you didn't ask her anything. Say, hey, what do you like to eat? What's your favorite restaurant? Or blah, blah, blah. And now she's got a seafood allergy, but you're taking her up to Papa Do's. Last week on the last show, I spoke about how the perfectly cooked steak Just perfect. Seared to perfection. Got the garlic butter and it's, you see, that thing is just right. The perfect temperature, right? Nice medium steak because we ain't cooking no well-done steaks. We ain't cooking leather. Just perfect. And then you let it rest and it's just perfect. And you serve it to her, but damn it, she's a vegan because you didn't ask her what kind of food she likes. Because you didn't put in the effort to say, hey, this is what it is. We're going to talk about it. Anyway, yes, if I take you out to dinner, yeah. Especially if I supersize it, man, please. If I give you the 4 for $4, I'm just saying. And to let you choose your own sauce. Oh yeah, it's going down. Anyway, y'all, it's been fun. It has been fun. Next week, like I said, I kind of gave y'all a little hint as what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be doing it again. Thank you so much. And as always, y'all, I ain't nobody tripping. I'm just saying. Just saying. And we're going to talk about that next week. We're going to talk about dating apps. We're going to talk about all of that. So, hey, y'all have a great week. Thank y'all so much for joining me. Y'all stay determined. See y'all next time.